A huge shout out to the overthinkers. An overthinker. He watches the show.
To the overthinkers. Shout out my friend too.
All about faith, this is Parker, yeah. Thank you, overthinkers.
Generation.
Shout out to the overthinker. Much love.
To my overthinkers, mamelo ubuchopho ngeke kuphume buyakhula nizinja nikhokho yazini as overthink siya overachieve.
I'm stealing that. I've stolen that one. I've stolen it.
Are Coach Shorty, as overthink is our overachiever. Welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is George Mokwena. I am your host, and this is a place where we get to speak South African football. We get to speak African football, and then every now and then we go over to Europe, and maybe we touch on what's happening that side. Look, guys, this is the South African Football First Show. It's a show that happens every Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. I will be here unless Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, Bafana, or Banyana are in action, in which case I will be doing the watch-alongs of those games where you can jump in. Very interactive, these shows. Very, very interactive, because it's made for me to speak to you and for you to speak to me. And in order for you to speak to me live on the show, you have to join me live on TikTok, so that you can request using the multi-guest button bottom of your screen, but you have to be following me. So if you're watching on YouTube and you want to join in on the fun or join in on the panels or any of that stuff, I need you to jump in on TikTok, follow me, and then you'll be able to request, jump in and have a conversation. Guys, I'm looking for 65,000 likes. I've been asking for the likes. I've been asking for the likes. Kupari likes, kupari gifts, kupakaufel. I'm looking for 65,000 likes. But like I said, very interactive place. Guys, there's not many places that are like this. There's not many places where I'm not a former player. I'm not a former coach. You guys are not former players or former coaches, but this is the place where we can sit down and meet each other and have really deep, meaty conversations about whatever it is we're going to be speaking about. So today, I wanted to bring back a format. So previously, we had done a format where I said you agree or disagree. We're going to do something similar, but today I'm going to pose a question, and I'm going to give you two options that you can choose in order of where you're falling on whatever topic we're speaking about. But I need you to come in and hit your point. So come in, hit your point, tell me what you're thinking, and then we can go from there. So this is what I'm doing. But I need you, maybe, if, any of those things, tell me exactly what you're thinking, where do you fall, and state your case. It's a debate format. I want you guys to state your case as to whatever it is we're speaking about. So I'm going to start us off lightly. Lebo Mothiba is said to be a free agent. He was trading with Wydad. Apparently, allegedly, he's traded with Mamelodi Sundowns. He is a striker that did very well in France up to his injury. He just recovered from injury and all of that stuff. Now, as the first question, just to get us warm, I want to know, where should he go? So if you believe he should go to Kaizer Chiefs, state your case. If you believe that he'd be an asset to Mamelodi Sundowns, state your case. I'm going to allow a couple of people in, and we'll have the conversation. But this is what we're doing today. This is topic number 1. There's 5 more that are coming after this. 5 more that are coming after this, but I need you to come in and state your case. I'm starting us off easy. I'm easing us into this game of mine, but there's going to be deeper questions asked. There's going to be transfer questions asked. There's going to be a lot asked. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to start off with Arthur. Arthur, you've got 2 minutes. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you, sir?
Arthur, na indaba. Where should Lebo go? Where would be the best place for him? Kaizer Chiefs or Mamelodi Sundowns? Where do you fall here?
I think Kaizer Chiefs, Mnaka. Kaizer Chiefs.
Okay. Why do you think? You must state your case.
Okay. Kaizer Chiefs, ne? He'll get more game time because Vele Chiefs, he need of a striker. It's a striker.
Yeah.
So Vele nanga Chiefs without thola skhathe kudlala nani. Because nyalo uDupriya uinjured, uyambona ke nawe ranga wendani. Hey. Maye Vele lapha Chiefs utayithola game time ngala Sundowns kwamele ayilwele isikhathi lesithi.
Manje uthini kulabantu bathi no yena uzowina ama trophy ku Sundowns. Ifuna ama trophy kumele azele Sundowns.
Yeah, angaya Sundowns for my trophy, but utayithola in game time.
Yeah.
Utawudlala yini. Angeke kube i-case efana neyaka Lodge.
Mara khona
Angaya
ke
Sundowns.
mara khona bani lapha abo sales angasabu sales.
Hayi phela. Ukhona boshalulile. Banenge nje lapha.
Yeah.
I-striking department se-Sundowns is-strong sikhona.
Okay.
Mara ngala ku-Chiefs siyaleka. So vele akayi ku-Chiefs.
Okay. Ngizobuya. Let me bring in Ngocha. Ngocha, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Ngocha, I need you to state your case. Either way, are you going with him going to Mamelodi Sundowns or him going to Kaizer Chiefs?
He must go to Sundowns. He must stay there and go to Sundowns, not at Chiefs.
Why don't you want him?
At Chiefs, he needs to have other. No, he needs to have other creative players that's gonna get the ball to the striking positions so that he can then strike. He's used to having crosses going in there. Number 10, a couple of number 10s creating things for him. At Chiefs, we don't even get crosses going to the box for a tall striker like this. And I like Nandi with the ball in his feet. So he's not going to be a person who's running with the ball, hoping to take shots and take defenders on. He's not that type of striker. So he's a good striker that only is there just to finish. So in Chiefs, I gotta be grand in terms of creating clearer chances for a striker just to finish. My tap ins, yeah, because if that was the case, then Ranga would be just tapping the ball.
Maravati and Ngocha, Chiefs has created the most chances, the second or whatever most chances in the league up to this point. We've scored the third most goals. We see Abo Ranga missing nets. Wouldn't he, man, shine at Chiefs?
No, they don't create chances for strikers. Check the number of shots taken by strikers. Most of the ones that are missed are number 10s and wingers and other supporting players, but not the main striker. So
Okay.
no. We need a striker that's a bit more mobile than him and someone who can at least work with other players. I like this player, but not for Chiefs. He'll be good at Supersport and Cape Town City, those type of rigid teams. He'll be fine there.
Okay. Remember, guys, this is the questions game. This is the first question that we have today. And of course, it's been rumored that, he tried to go to Wydad, it didn't work out. And apparently, allegedly, he's training with Mamelodi Sundowns. Let me go to Siso. Siso, welcome to the show. How are you?
Sharp, Mr. OT.
Siso, tell me, where do you fall on this matter?
Oh, easy one for me, Mr. OT. May I say Lebo must just go to Sundowns, Mr. OT,
Yeah.
Very simple. Why knowing him from the national team, and especially the national team that was very, very shaky, before the Hugo Bruce, he lacked a bit of consistency for me, even overseas and abroad when he was playing. I think consistency in finding the net, it was not that high. I don't know, maybe it's because of the level of the game that side, but that's the main reason I would say the consistency. And when you go to a team like Chiefs, if you net in the first game, we expect that consistency. We expect it, and you have to have a certain level. You see what Duba is doing, the individual brilliance, but it has to be consistent. So now the sad thing about this, if he doesn't have that consistency, he will go back right on that bench. And also so good trying with Sundowns. Sundowns, you go there, all he has to do is tap in.
Okay.
All he's gonna have to do is tap in.
So then, Mara, we're crying about quality international striker, France, finish extraordinaire, that side. Isn't that something that Chiefs needs right now?
Oh, definitely they need it. But if you look at how the Chiefs strikers play, tell me one Chiefs striker that plays centrally.
It's meant to
There's
be
no
run.
strikers the Chiefs that play centrally. He always goes wide. Or he comes deep, whereby you find a Lebo, if you watch most of his games, he doesn't really come that much to collect. He's more of a window. I would say they need to break windows to find him. How Patrice used to play at Stellenbosch, basically. That's more what I see Lebo as. Me, I don't see him getting that. I actually agree with Uwunto, the previous speaker over here, that I don't think he will have the support, and that might tarnish him. But he's capable. But I say Sundowns to keep it simple.
Okay. Let me go to Bongs. Bongs.
Yes, OT.
Bongs. Where do you fall on this one? First question, I wanted to keep it light First question, should Lebza go to Chiefs or Sundowns?
Bafana Chiefs, we already have Sayile, we have Ashley Dupree, we have Ranga, and they are all not doing a good job. Now, how it is level to the filthy lane ever part of the strikers are on. We are still going to struggle. He's still the same as those other 3 strikers that are in zone. So what's the use of resign mode and that one Lebon? It's best the umpire Sundowns so I send out more matter when create the opportunity to score because a Chiefs Hana Lemoto out cross and the ball like they are saying in the panel. Nobody's crossing the ball.
But then could I argue that maybe that's what Chiefs need? Maybe they need somebody who won't drop back like Boranga, who may force the team to play a different way.
I don't think Lena could be the change we need in a striker. We rather go look for another striker, not Lebo Mothiba, because from what I've seen in 2019, he was not what South Africa wanted in the national team. So Chiefs and Haimonka, what's Chiefs going to do Kayana Nteba Sukula Kaburanga right now?
Okay.
So next year I Sundowns.
For time's sake, guys, I'm looking at the number of things that we have. I'm going to keep it rolling, guys. So that was the first question for tonight. Thank you to the guys that joined. Feel free to jump back in. Later on as we roll. That was the first question. It's a debate platform, guys. What I want you guys to do today is to jump in. I'm going to give you 2 options and then tell me what you feel. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. What should Coach Nabi focus on right now at Kaizer Chiefs? Is it a question of style of play or is it a question of results? We've spoken quite a bit about Coach Nabi. We've spoken about where Chiefs is, what Chiefs is doing. He is new, he is this, he is that. Now I want to put on the table 2 options. And then please remember when you jump in, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Just state your case directly. I may ask you a question or 2, but we are stating a case here. Results means forget about the style of play. Forget about trying to play beautiful football. Forget about doing all that stuff. What you're just doing now is maybe even setting up in a mid-block, as he said, and playing transition football and scoring that way or scoring ugly. There's a reason why I used Stuart Baxter up here. Then, or do we look at the other side where in Coach Nabi's words, big teams must play attractive football. Big teams must do that. Must he persist in playing that beautiful football or looking to try play a beautiful kind of football over trying to get results? Because there's a big conversation happening Kaizer Chiefs about that. Guti, do we have Chiefs Yakdala? Do we need to do all of those type of things? Where do you sit? Vusi, Mabusane, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself, Oti.
I'm good. Vusi, Indab, Coach Nabi, what should he focus on now? Results without beauty or beauty maybe at the expense of results?
Oti, straight results.
Okay.
I won't shy away from that. Results will build the confidence for the boys. The style of play will come after. I believe that if you win games, that's where you build the confidence, and automatically you'll be able to implement your style. So results come first. Yeah, at this point we want results, whether we like it or not, but we want results.
So then, Vusi, do you think that the fan base would be happy if, let's say, he took out the helicopter? The helicopter came out there, do you think that we'd be fine with it? Do you think that we'd fight him if we're getting results? Because it sounds like, man, we are against these coaches that don't play beautiful football.
First of all, OT, we don't have style of play. What is a Chiefs style of play? So if we complain about that, then we have to go back and ask ourselves, what is our style of play? So Mina, I will say results come first. Whether it's transition foot. Exactly. Mari, you see, it's still our fans are still complaining that he was a good guy. He's the guy who was gonna win us something. But the same people who were saying that he's playing helicopter football, he's doing that, he's grinding the results. But we are getting the results. You understand? So I think Nabi also, he must just get the results, and then the confidence and style of play will come after. But at this point, we are desperately for results.
So would you be fine if no signings were made this window and he just grinded with the guys that are there?
If possible, I will get a special striker. And there's one position that we're not looking at, a striker and a goalkeeper. Our goalkeepers are costing us daily. So if you get a striker and a goalkeeper, I think he will able to grind the results.
Okay. Let me bring in Butlali. Butlali, where do you sit on this? Welcome.
Hola. Me personally, I think right now our style of play, it's a bit irrelevant because big teams not only play attractive football, but big teams get 3 points. Big teams win. So what's the point of playing attractive football if you're not gonna win? You know, and I agree with him actually when he says big teams play attractive football, but you're building that on no foundation. You don't have a foundation. So build a foundation first, and then gradually get your style of play in. And I like Nabi's style of play because you can see we're creating many chances. We're creating one of the most chances in the PSL per game. So yeah, I think right now we should just focus on getting results right now. Then when he's built that foundation, then we know we are a top 5 team. Then he can start getting his style of play in and actually playing combination football, the nice stuff. But right now, it takes situational awareness to realize that right now we should be focusing on results and focusing on getting at least top 5. That's what I think.
Would you be fine with him playing a defensive formation? So would you be fine with him going, okay, maybe we can not create as many chances as we're creating now, but we make sure that we're defensively solid, and maybe that looks like, I don't know, a back five with 1 or 2 CDMs, just for results' sake. Would you be okay with that?
Yes. Go to a defensive formation, a defensive system for now. Like go to a mid block, low block, and then release Patrice or release Tuba, and then get your 1-0 or 2-1 win. Just njalo nje, and then get that for get some momentum, because it's also about motivation. It's motivating the boys. And then next season, when you've built a foundation, you are top 5 now in the league, then you can play your style. But you can't do that without a foundation. I mean, we're talking about a team who finished number 10 last season. There's no foundation there. You get me? So that's what I think.
So then, but then I still want to ask you, I know we're saying this now, but we've had results coaches that were kicked out. Somebody in the comments spoke about how people are unhappy at times with Kroll. People are unhappy with Ernst Middendorp finishing second and all of that stuff. Are we as South Africans built for results first football?
This thing, it's deeper than just the coaches and the fans. It's deep. It goes deeper into the technical direct, because the fans are not the one who fires the coach. The ones who fires the coach is the technical director. And I think because the club is being run as a family business, they don't really get the footballing aspect. So until the technical side of the club, the technical team and the what is changed, like the sporting director and and we actually build that identity, I think that's not going to be changed. I think Chiefs fans will always want to play beautiful football, and win convincingly, even though they know we don't have the facilities for that. We are not a Sundowns, we are not a Pirates right now. Let's just build a foundation.
Okay. Let me bring in Tumi. Tumi, welcome to the show.
Yeah. Great to be here, and evening to everyone. Guys,
Great to be here, Tumi. Where do you sit on this, man?
well, honestly, as somebody who likes South African football, I don't want to lie. A big institution, like everyone likes to say, needs results. What style of play when you don't have results? You know, we can use case in point Atletico. They get results and they put fans on the seat. And we can't be crying style of play when a big team does not arrive at the final. I'm telling you, people show up at the cup final for a big team. So you can play nice, but if you get eliminated in the quarterfinal, what are you saying there? They will fire you, they will call for you on this platform, they'll throw things at the stand, even if you are playing nice football. That's why Chiefs is not playing Phillies games. It's playing PSL. It needs results. It needs to be on CAF Champions League. It needs to play every cup final, and then the brand grows. And you know what? Let me touch this point now. When you lose the ability to convert finals in 90 minutes into wins and stuff like that, you don't challenge, you don't make the league exciting as a brand, you lose the edge. You know, you lose that guy who says, I grew up watching supporting Chiefs, come from a home that supports Chiefs, and I want to be part of a winning brand. Hence now the young ones are saying want to play for the rivals and the other team across town at the capital, because that team, sometimes they don't play good football, but they guarantee you a win. So that's my point, saying a big team needs results more than style of play. Remember, if you win games and you challenge for trophies, then better players come and better players improve your style of play. They have the ability to control the game. They have the ability to showcase that skill that the fans want to see, and results increase the numbers of people coming to games because they want to be part of the victory, the team that does something, you know, that upsets the sea robbers and the likes. So a big game is coming, and I'm telling you, they can come here and say all these things, but deep down, even you know, Tihurai, deep down, you don't want to face the mighty Buccaneers because Chiefs is not impressing us at all.
Okay, but then Mara Tumza, we've got a long history. We've got a very long history, especially for Chiefs, of coaches that come in and do a great job. Mara, because they're not easy on the eye or we don't agree with them, we start getting rid of them. Do you think, number one, do you think that history will be overcome easily? Number one, especially at Chiefs. But then number two, do you think that Coach Nabi could get away with playing beautiful football? Let's say he started playing really attractive football, not getting results. Do you think that he'd still get a pass?
To answer the first one, I don't think that will be overcome very easily. But then if he focuses on the results, yes, Chiefs, let's be honest, the nature of the people who support this team, you should see them on Mondays. It's all about football. When they get one over somebody, they are happy. They don't care. You know, they bring strikers that you think they are playing amateur football, and then they say, this guy is the most dangerous guy in the world. And then when they lose, you know, that's why I'm saying you can get away with not playing good football at Chiefs. So bring joy to look, let's not kid ourselves. This is the most supported team in the land.
Yeah.
So when fans are happy, sometimes you get away with it a little bit. Hence, I said better players will come, but with a few transfer windows. And number two, Nabi, I saw him getting worked up about, and he was speaking, hey, I didn't come here to say I'm going to win. You see that waking up, I said, this guy is finished. He's not cooking nothing. Chiefs are hungry, people are hungry, and we are not happy. My son has never seen this team doing wonders.
Hey.
So I'm trying to say, if you are trying to say style, it's gonna be better. It's like you are saying a good-looking guy at the club will go away with the slay queen. No, my brother. Bring the results. So I don't want to go further because I support the Yellow Nation. I'm just, as a football-loving person, I'm telling you could be a topless model at the club without money, but I'm telling you, your chances are doomed.
No, hey, dude. Angazi man, thina besikafaka kumathezi baba. Okay, let me go, before I go to Paula, guys. This is not the only topic. This is topic number 2 that we're speaking about. The point of tonight's show is that you're gonna jump in and you're gonna pick a side and you're gonna back your side and tell me where you fall on whatever it is that's the topic. So we've done one. We're moving on to another. There's others coming. Let me go to Paula. Paula, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, my brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for the opportunity.
Tell me about this one, Tola. Welcome.
Tell me about this one, Tola. Welcome. Yes. All I can say is, it doesn't matter how it comes. Put the goal at the back of the net. The player must go to the corner and celebrate. Win the games.
Yeah.
Then all of this style of plays and other stuff will come, because what I really understand about people are not will never be satisfied. People will never be satisfied. So now it needs a management of the team, like Kaizer Chiefs. They need a management that is going to be very firm and say, okay, this guy is giving us results, so we stand on his corner. We're not getting maybe swayed because of the fans. I know that Kaizer Chiefs fans are very powerful. It's like ANC of some load. So the only thing that I would say, just get results, and then I think by the time that you have results, and then the players starting to get confidence, that's where you will see the best. Because remember, Kaizer Chiefs has very good enterprising players, the likes of Pule Mobi, who can turn on the heat at any given time. The Chabalalas, these young Vilagazi, they can turn on that heat. Everybody celebrates, is excited in the stadium. Yeah. But get the results first. Because if you can ask people, let's make an example about Rulani. Rulani was playing brilliant football, very exciting football. Were people satisfied? Were they happy? I'm talking about the fans that they say Rulani was the best. Now I'm talking about on the Sundowns side. Were they happy? They were criticizing him. You go to Pitso Mosimane. Mosimane started playing very good football at Sundowns, and then at the later stage, he could see now that it's about time that he must grind the results. Yeah. He must smash and grab the results. Yeah. And it was really not enterprising, but the results were there. And we are still praising Pitso even today. Because you go to Ahly, we are still praising Ahly. They come here and play a very dull football here in South Africa. They go there and attack and do all of these funny things. They get the results. We still praise them as the #1 team in Africa. So I don't think it's going to help to try to find a system that is going to get you sacked, and then after you get sacked and someone else come and try to implement something else. Because there is no identity when you can say, okay, this is the way Chiefs, this is the style of play Chiefs is. You can say, okay, this one is a style of play for Kaizer Chiefs. No, not really. Kaizer Chiefs went to the final. Kaizer Chiefs went to the final of
the Champions League
of CAF with Gavin. CAF Champions League with Gavin Hunt playing the football that I cannot really tell you what was it, but it was the result-oriented football. And remember, he even beat Sundowns. If you remember very well, he beat the mighty Sundowns with that not so good football of his. And 2 goals that were scored were on transition, both of them. He just makes sure that he doesn't concede, and then on a transition he scores a goal, and everybody's happy. If you can check, go to the history of Ngobo Mapolo, who was playing for Kaizer Chiefs. When they win, they make sure that they don't concede, they go and score. Simple. And then everybody is happy, but people will never be satisfied. You will always get those people complaining about that. I think the problem with Baxter is that 1 goal, man. You understand? You will score 1 goal. Everybody's on the edge of the city the whole 90 minutes. You understand? Try to score goals. The people, they must be comfortable. to score one goal and defend that one goal is very, 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 very not nice to be anxious the whole 90 minutes. But I still believe that he must go for results. Smash and grab. Simple as that.
Okay.
The rest will follow.
For time, I'm gonna jump in. Hey, this is very interesting. Let me bring in Malume Kutso.
Mr. Uti, how are you?
Malume Kutso, kisha boy na.
Ngimnandi.
So le shapo uyinwile met lemon ushapo.
For as long as saphefumula. Washipuka lapho. Ngihlala ngikuhle. Ubuthi menginyaweni i1 in for as long as saphefumula.
Yeah.
I will be here to terrorize the king. Bari bayibitsang. My opponent, whatever I forgot the actual name. The rivals. I will be here to terrorize the rivals for as long as I pay for more. But I see everyone is picking the same side, Mr. Uti. They're all saying results. And oddly enough, I think it's Chiefs fans, most of them. So if I'm trying to argue the contrary, it's going to be difficult. But anyway, Mr.
Let's go.
But anyway, let's look at it, Mr. Uti. I can give you umlando. You know, I always say, I used to listen to Amatai must speak, Mr. Uti. And I was like, I will never lie to the kids when I grow up. I will never exaggerate. Because I used to listen to them every game, you know, and I'm starting to see our generation move in that direction. Every team being a star. Moya go Golden Arrows. I'm like, no, I used to watch Golden Arrows. You're
telling me that Double Richard Henyekane were not hot, Malume Kutso.
They were hot going to do spear right now. Let's be honest. Not to Gucci, they would come to Orlando or Kanaking Ellis Park and Trash Pirates. They were Golden Arrows hot. So let's not lie to the kids. Gavin Hunt was fired deservedly.
Okay.
People forget that Simba game was full of luck, where you lost 3-0 away, having won 4 at home, and those guys hit the post, and Bruce Vuma was just save after save after save. I'm sure I'm showing at 10 clear shots.
Yeah.
So people must not come here and say Gavin Hunt, Watati Chiefs, Waibeg, and then Bamkoshangas good wins. I was there. I watched that game. Now I was like, yo, labantu bayadliwa. Ningaqambi amanga out here. Now let me take you to a memorable moment on South African football. Ruth Kroll takes the treble. I was alive, OT. The Buccaneers on the ground were saying he's not playing attractive football. You must remember, Ruth Kroll's Pirates is different from all other Pirates. If Nyakumbuz. Down the line, you have Abo Daintlade. Daintlade is not your typical Pirates winger, Mr. Uti. Let's be honest. A typical Pirates winger is a Rile Mufukeng, it's a Cheese Boy Mokwena, a Steve Lipolia. Yeah, Kaulena is different because now you're going to half and half. You understand? Mara. Just like how I said, can I keep on this guy? The one with the first question.
Mothiba.
He must not come to either of the teams. They don't like those type of players. Whether it's Chiefs, it's Sundowns, it's Pirates. Mahupa is struggling right now. Someone will argue that Mahupa doesn't score whereas he has the same goals as Umabas. They don't like those players. He must just not come, Mr. Oti.
Okay.
You understand? He must just stay overseas as Hamilapa up North Africa. I appreciate how much he's about. Actually, striker must be dimensional, must be a dynamic striker, you know that thing. Umedindop, just Ruth Kroll, a renewal, a contract. People are now saying it was too expensive. There was gossip on the ground, which is not playing attractive football, which is why they went for Julio Leal as a Brazilian. And I remember when Julio Leal played against Tottenham, Anokiball, the fans were so ecstatic saying, now we are playing tiki-taka Paris football. I was like, so today they want to pretend as if we were recalling a hambi.
That's why I'm because I know, I hear speaking, but we know the truth.
In recent history, Konomuyo Pututumile today, as well as controller, hlalathi uyibhale phansi uthi Pirates izodliwa ngeke udumile today because he was hating on a coach who was at the top of the table.
Yeah.
By something like 17 points. And the very same fans were agreeing, Mr. Uchi, with because it was not attractive. Today they want to come here and say results are attractive. Lo coach lawyer, I think, coach because they were playing too direct.
Yeah.
Right now, I see a man. Let's go to Pretoria right now. The time I look at also about agent. Because I understand the lenta yenzayo. But bona mebedliwa. Mele ulahlele angazi ama-player njani.
Yeah.
Bafuna ukuthi ufake ukhoza, ufaka ama-wingback abayi-understand lento leyo. Mesidliwa wena mele ufake nje ushukela one way. So style of play is central to South African three big teams.
You even forgot a certain someone, Malume Kutsu, that you always have a cape for.
Angithi.
That you always have a cape for. Before you forget.
No, even when we win, they want to kind of disregard his contribution by creditor elsewhere.
Yeah.
No more in air caller, but the way they value style of play, when Hugo Bros does the job, to a point where Hugo Bros went and said, guys, it was the first time I saw a coach like literally arguing about in a press conference after a lose, where Mr. Oti, he literally celebrated our loss against Mali, go AFCON.
Yeah.
He literally celebrated it to say, can I play my type of football? And immediately when we played against Namibia, we saw Krantekana, I'll shy baller from the back. I'll shy alone, I'll receive it, I'll shy. So let's not lie. Lengwenyale unabi ihambile yakwa mahlobo Mr. OT. Ihambile yakwa mahlobo to understand ukuthi enhle labantu bayafuna ama results or bafunani. Yabona ukuthi okay, after game Imudagasi may win. They don't talk about Umashiho. Umashiho is the goal scorer in Mudagasi, the strike. They talk about Perry. They're like, so he understands that these people, they like style. So if I am to make them happy, I'm supposed to invest in style. And can I just make one more point, Mr.
Very quickly.
There's also, and it's going to sound contradictory, there's a delusion or an illusion, misinformation that's going around. Kasi football is so competitive. It's so direct.
It's dynamic. There's a lot of things that go into that thing.
If you go and watch Kasi football and not the videos here, you will be surprised how direct that thing is. Defender, I'll shy ball. Thank you, Mr. Uti.
No, thank you, Malume Kutso. Look, while I get everybody ready, next topic is what is the best move for Adams? Is it best for him to go to Sundowns or is it best for him to stay at Stellenbosch? That's the next one. But I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the Coach Nabi results versus style. Guys, let's not, I like what Malume Kutso said. Let's not lie, guys. Let's not lie. When the football is not beautiful, we complain. When the football is not beautiful, we complain. If Nabi remember when there were rumors of Nabi's football, and I think it was Fadlu Davids who basically said, guys, this man plays direct helicopter football, basically, paraphrasing, helicopter football. Everybody was scared. Guys, to this point right now, when you speak about a good Chiefs coach of recent history, everybody defaults where? We default to Atazwani, right? We default to Atazwani, who finished number 5. We don't default to Gavin Hunt, Champions League semi-finals before he was fired. We don't default to Ernst Middendorp, the guy who got us to number 2, lost on the final day. We don't default to Stuart Baxter. In fact, we always speak about Stuart Baxter a certain way, right? The truth is that South Africa loves Shugela. Mina, I'm a results person. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I fight you guys, a lot of people, every day about that type of thing. To say, Mara guys, if helicopter football has been the most successful football in Chiefs' recent history, it's been ugly football. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the style is ugly football. that we take to the skies, that we cross and we do all of those things. Maybe that's it. Maybe we should be taking our time to go and focus there, right? But people have said no. So Unabi, when Nabi came out and he said, guys, I could win games. I could win. I could play a low block and I could hit you on the counter and I could win games that way. But a big team needs to play a certain type of football. A big team must play attractive football. That's when I saw Rai. He jabbed us. Do you know what this is like? I'll make an overseas comparison. Do you know what this is like? This is like Mikel Arteta at Arsenal, right? Mikel Arteta, I think at some point realized that Labantu, they don't care about trophies. As long as they can realize good time, and as we look to be playing good football, happen now, people XG and all of that stuff. We don't care too much about like winning the league and doing all that stuff. In fact, we'll even coach it and say, you need to win the right way. Okay, that's what they say. We need to win the right way. And that's beautiful football, all of that stuff. If you do that, everybody leaves it. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. Please, guys, remember, this is going to be a question about Jayden Adams. This is the next one. This is the topic, 2 options. Is it better for him to stay at Stellenbosch? I know they say the deal is almost done or whatever. Is it better for him to stay at Stellenbosch, or is it better for him to go to Mamelodi Sundowns? On the one hand, you have Stellenbosch, which is building. They're trying to become the next big team. They're trying to fight the guys up top. They keep losing their best players. So maybe you might not have the stability of a Mamelodi Sundowns. But at Mamelodi Sundowns, competition is deep. Competition is deep, especially where he plays. Would he want to go that side? Does he become another player who sits on the bench? Is it too much of a risk? Not to say that he will become. Is it too much of a risk? Anyway, 2 sides. Let me know what you are thinking. Let me let in the people that were waiting. Remember, guys, we're talking Jayden Adams now. I think if we have time left over afterwards, I'll leave it open and everybody can come in and give me a minute on whatever one they wanted to touch on. Kumo, I'm going to start with you while I get everybody in. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you. And like you must stop getting intros out because now you have no points.
I want to just say, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. How we go?
Okay,
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't say anything. Where do you stand on this, Kumo?
No, but as a player, ne, what is the ultimate goal for your career? Do you want to be a club legend like Harry Kane and win nothing, and maybe sometimes almost win a trophy? One, or do you want to be when Rooney, Ronaldo, and almost being guaranteed the Champions League game time or trophy? So Stellenbosch, if we had to compare to Sundowns, on paper we can say they can go pound to pound, billionaire owners, HPC facilities, you know, that all of. If we had to compare pound for pound, but obviously the personnel that's down to get it's a galaxy of stars. So I want like with Stellenbosch, fine, maybe you can offer the guy tons of money to stay and say we're gonna build a team around you. But we know what Stellenbosch is the most selling club ever. They even sell more players than Supersport. That's how it is. Yeah, because.
Celebrity pipeline. There's celebrity pipeline, but it's fine.
And the one on Stellenbosch, I know, Chiefs in your reka. Yeah. Sundowns, don't Robokai, Fagumaluzo boy. So, one as a player, okay, fine. Nenegi Burito Gonali Dupri, Gonali Mendieta, skill like a Linchile, Duba. One Kalohanya. So, go Sundowns, so. Fine, I know competition is going to be tough, but you know when there's competition, then as a player, I develop. Genala hunger. Because the next thing, I'm going to be the biggest fish thing go Sundowns, man go Stellenbosch in a swimming pool or even a pond.
I'm gonna be complacent. I got all the hype. I might even develop an ego. Marheki to compete my ben, I got Sundowns. Yes, get my ben before in car, get my ben, get the talohang. When you go to Sundowns, put on my banner. Why it's already gonna keep me on my toes, and as a result, learn my play. Iya gudimu. And not only that, fine, Stellenbosch edlala Confederations Cup. Mara Sundowns to get him a Galamburi Club World Cup, which means more eyes will be on you when you wanna go and try and get a move overseas. Wawan, this is the best club for you to be at. Olebella, our sporting director, is a guy who has European connections. As much as Diagram, I'm pretty sure Wabole like a pillow talk or with his friends over the phone. Armara boy Mara, I think he can do well go Belgium. Armagen go to the Dutch league. And why all those leagues have been stepping stones for South Africans to actually move on to bigger leagues for the longest of time. And the other thing is like OT, this thing your players coming to Sundowns, they're gonna end their careers. It's from the Soweto clubs. You know how jealous your fellow competitions can be. Suddenly they wanna become these philosophers. They're like, no, you won't get game time. You're gonna go to Mamburu prison. Biangi. Because we've got so many games, everyone gets game time. Kore hoka level, the people who offer advice. I will compete for anything. And the other team you find advice, they only have one good squad. I want to league reserve teammates and serious. Who like Agra injury. Yeah. What if Tito can stand on the ball? I want to plan. So one number 12 so as about talk about lang or what's serious. Learn as Sundowns fans recruited Dautang. Sundowns doesn't break careers. Getting elevator and on Twin Katlang.
Mara Kumo, if we speak about, I don't know, Abambule, Nku's about to go now. We speak about Kapinga. We speak about some players that Sundowns. Not to say that all careers die, Mara. Shouldn't players be wary?
Oh, well, Mara, everywhere it's like that. What about Budoli? What about Bo Castro? What about Bo Billiard? Na hanam CBD moto otla alo Ajax afik. Awinabo Champions League Sundowns. Shifa no gala Dynamos. O gala Resa Rotogo Zimbabwe. A fallen star kama Billiard. Otla Chiefs. No, it happens to every club. Loco Pirate. There's a lot of people who are not happy. Bonavo Romeo Terli pay card no she found Nara Tlapella at type amount when the documentary labon. I was playing for more trophies. I even took a pay card thinking I'm gonna win. It happens at every club. Happy Sundowns, ill of opportunity. Opportunity. When a hope is born, it's like life. Relationship. If for our leg anymore, I'm born at Elatu, Hamba Juba, so Tola Pambil. It happens everywhere. Mareklis to go Sundowns to Okono Grady million unto mo benching. Out one. Bona Baragemang, Baragemang, our Barageman, this guy, Mutuba regular team, on a la place. Catch a bench and a gala M Tigers. That's the list of Sundowns.
Okay, what time? What time? Cool. Hey, very cool. Let me go to Agent. Agent, welcome to the show, my brother. Agent, are you with me? Hey, it looks like Agent is back there. Let me go to Junior. Junior.
Sabona, Mr. Auti.
How are you, Junior?
I'm fine, Mr. Auti. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Junior. Two sides. Where do you stand on this one?
I prefer him to be at Pirates, but Pirates are not a topic. No surprise considering Chiefs, but it's okay. We move. We move. Hey, Mr. Auti, I feel like if he goes to Sundowns, I don't know. I have this funny feeling that because, remember, Mr. Auti, he's competing with quite possibly the best DM in the country, mokwena. And you also have Opas as well, who can play that position. Sure, he's an 8, he can go box to box, sharp. But if you tell him to sit, he will sit. No problem. You have Alende, you have Mothiba who can play that position as well. So it's like, hey, Could see thank you, Mr. Oti. You know, so it's like if he goes to Sundowns, will he really get a chance to perform? Meanwhile, while he's at Stellenbosch, he can further develop, because if you see, Stellenbosch is starting to, you know, become a big club. They've given us problems, as you know, Mr. Oti. They've given us problems. And now it's starting to show that teams are now looking at their players. So for me, he should stay at Stellenbosch. He should stay at Stellenbosch. Not to leave Stellenbosch now, because Sundowns have too many quality players at that position. And I feel like it's going to derail his career, you know, sitting on the bench, because then he won't even get a chance to go to play for Bafana.
So then, Junior, can I ask you two questions? Number one, he's 23. He's 23. If not now, going to a club that's going to give you maybe a wider reach. I mean, Club World Cup is coming up right now. There's all of these type of things that Sundowns can offer. Isn't this the time for him to go at 23 years old, number one? But then also number two, is the destination the problem? So is the team that is allegedly going to the problem in this conversation we're having? If it were another team, would we be fine with it, whether local or overseas?
Remember, Mr. Outin, to answer, because I want to answer you the second question. Yep. Sundowns is a big club, and you can see how many players just play that position. Let's leave the other position. Let's leave defense. Let's leave forwards. Just midfield. It's stacked. Very much stacked. They have cover. If Obas is not there, Sharp could see us there. If Mokwena is not there, Sharp, Obas can play 6. If both of them are not there, Kutsia and Alente can drop. So if anyone's not there, then Mothiba can slot in. So it's not really about the destination, because the destination, I mean, if he plays, then he's guaranteed trophies, he's guaranteed winning, he's guaranteed playing for Bafana. But if he's on the bench, he can say that no, but I won the league, but you're on the bench. And to answer your first question, Mr. Alti, no, it's look, you're right, he's young, he's 23 years old. So if not now, then when? Mr. Alti, I can assure you that a player like Adams are very rare to get. And Stellenbosch must consider themselves blessed to have a player like him. So now, and we know Stellenbosch, they're like Ajax. They develop best players and then offload them. You know, they're a selling club. They're like Supersport. Hey, we must thank Supersport for a lot of things. But no, he's young, sure. But Mr. Auti, you know, football time goes quick. And Mr. Auti, you know, when in 5 years from now, he'll look, if he's still on the bench for Sundowns, he can look at me like, hey, but I shouldn't have left Stellenbosch. But if he goes to Sundowns, he will have a lot. He will have, I don't know. My worry is that as young as he is, he will derail because he won't get game time. I can guarantee you, Mr. Auti, he will not get game time, especially at Supersport. If it was another team, say Chiefs, there's a conversation. Let's say Sekukune, there's a conversation. Marumo Gallants, there's a conversation. Anywhere else, there's a debate about it, but Mamelodi Sundowns,
For time, I'm gonna jump in, for time. Let me see if Agent is back on. Agent.
Oh yes. Shalom, Uti. Shalom.
Shalom. Al-Khaim, shalom. King, Al-Khaim, shalom. Agent. Tell me. Here we are.
Firstly, which player did we destroy again? Can I start there? Just my 30 seconds.
One again.
I wanted to know because I was surprised by the names that were being called.
Bombule, Kapi, is it Kapinga?
You mean the drinking master?
Like again, he's having fun at Kukune right
master. You know, who Kapinga, who fielded Pirates. Which one, hey? Keep them coming.
You're now asking about Sundowns. Again, Limusainil. You're getting impressed him.
Who was in Kui for Sundowns? Because we took him, like the same way we took Mvala and Motaung from Islands Park and made them to something. Who was in Kui? So I just wanted to correct that. But another thing is we are tired of super sport players. Druk, you mean emergency? Emergency hospital? No, man. But anyways, Adams, we are tired of super sport players, in the words of Lebs, I would say, drinking us. So he needs to shake up those guys because, man, looks like we need to get rid of player powers. And this is another way of saying to Teboho, hey, my guy, remember we had Sundowns, you're not in Chiefs. Yeah, we replace you. You're not gonna become you wanna act like prima donna and we let it go. No, we replace you soon, and we put you on the bench or even the stands until you remember that who's your daddy? Your daddy is not Rulani, so I think you'll get time. He'll get chance to play. I think he's definitely going to be an alternative of Tebza because Tebza has been drinking us, And even if you plays with Tebza, you're gonna have 2 8-8 box-to-box midfielders which will provide us more cover going forward and at the back. And the boy Shem, knows how to score a goal at Loftus. So what more do we need? So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good fit. And also you look at Obas, look at how we've been struggling with playing from the back. So I think he could replace Obas. He could replace Teboho. And I hear people saying he may not play, but look at Reyners. Reyners is playing. You come at Sundowns, you do well, you play. You don't do well, it's not Chiefs here. We don't play you through a rough patch and hope they'll come right. We give you a chance, and yeah. So yeah, I think it's a good move for him.
Can I ask you then,
also-
just objectively, Sundowns aside, is Sundowns the best destination? Should players like Bo Adams be looking outside of South Africa? Should they be going outside of South Africa? Especially, he's 23. I know it might even be a little bit late, but he's 23. Do you think that we have an issue in South Africa with exporting these players that we say are so great, but nobody seems to want them elsewhere? Or is it, how do you feel about that?
Where's that boy who was at Supersport? He's playing in DDC now. Yeah, he's playing in DDC now. You look at Tau, where was he most successful at?
Egypt.
At Ahly. So sometimes moves abroad can sometimes be overrated, and again goes back to, are you a wisher? Like people who go to Pirates or Chiefs, especially Chiefs, just to say I played in a Lesotho derby and I went to the village, tick. So unless you are that kind of player who's gonna go to what is it called? Go to those lower sides, Brighton, West Ham, and not have any silverware and tell your kids that I was playing football, I was a good footballer. And then that's what do you have to show for you being a good footballer, because you're gonna get more or less the same money, when you take in the foreign tax and tax the side and and all other expenses that side. So yeah, you end up with more or less the same money. So it's definitely not about money, So yeah, I think it's a good move. And yeah, Omaseko won us EFL Cup. So yeah, thank you, man. And one day I'm gonna respond. To Uchi. And when I do respond, it's not gonna be nice. Thank you.
Let me go to Marongwa. Pasi Marongwa, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Sharp Bangoti.
Manai Kimnati Man Marongwa. Yetava. Wela kai ko tabenge e ko di marona moya Adams.
Oti kena le di point tse nyana tse malwanyana regarding this move, ne? If is anything to go by, like this guy, you understand? Firstly, re tlo thoma ka this thing ya financial growth, because like we know as soon as like a player a mover from one team to the next team, and then salary obviously an amend, you understand?
Yeah.
And then for him,
maybe e ka nna advantage considering the fact that maybe Stellenbosch ba ka lebella hore no ba mo developile hore ba mo kry-ile a sena selo to say o hebea ka tsela e, understand. So moving to Sundowns e tlo mo thusa le ka taba tsang financial growth, because one thing e tshwanetse hore re realize when it comes to Sundowns, a ba sign player for dilo tse tsa di 3 years compared to other PSL teams. 5 years and then in a little optional modimo. So for financial growth, it's something positive. And then another positive thing for Yena, like we know by now her Sundowns at least a season medal eating. And then Stellenbosch so far, I think if I'm not mistaken, ki medal one or like about win. I keep talking about Stellenbosch.
Ki Carling, yeah, last year.
Yeah, Carling Black, yeah. Sharp. So it's another thing, like a advantage for, and it's a good move for an. But in terms of like when it comes to like a career high, he was like a part bafana set up, right? Like a system like into a build up thing for bafana. Each and every time bafana plays, and then his name pops up. Understand? So moving from Stellenbosch, got a guaranteed call up to bafana, and then to Sundowns, more or also competitor level somebody will still declare or computer and then amongst those players, mokwena at age 27 years, and we know her like a experience handling it will be a bit harder for this guy who like mokwena benching. Understand?
Yeah.
And then ntongo hape e le hore e tlo mo reversa, hence like ke mentioned about bafana di collapse this and that. We don't know like ke tlapa tse fentse like di mo lebeletse overseas. Understand? So moving to Sundowns will also hinder his chances or no. Are someone adala every game and then who assess who analyze the performance high.
Yeah.
Leona like e ka nna le disadvantage barking overseas possibilities. Ntongwa hape OT Sundowns tshwantsho ba itse. I always hear Sundowns ba mention taba ya Club World Cup. Guys, Club World Cup for Sundowns so are it like you ba like e dlala happening. It's not something so like ba dlala each and every season. So asentolo like ba ka break ka yona every now and then. You understand? Or no this, yes we know her like this moment only Club World Cup ba ilwe but as Club World Cup I told the Champions League. Yes, the Champions League they can talk another story. You understand? So, but for Yana OT, I think it's quite like a movie high. In a lead disadvantage, the advantages. You understand? So, not take it for Yana like as young as he is. Financially, we all know her like everyone like Otenyaga moral frugal chelet. You understand? So that 5-year contract, ekam hudisa and then ekanya mola somehow. Considering the fact that game time it was not limited to Sundowns, and then he might not be that fancy of a guy or like a kana fitla a like the khamato there. Kutlo something is very important. No matter a bad player or an average player, but within Sundowns otlo shine because okra a system you understand? You fall within a generating system, like a grinder the results every now and then everyone is talking about Sundowns currently. You understand? That system, winning mentality. Maybe sometimes like like a game time has I that much, but each and every time I get a chance, and then he shines and then back to the bench. That much because of that system.
For time, Motsepe, I'm gonna come in. Thank you so much. Let me bring in Black Viper. Welcome, my brother. Dinsan, how are you? Bare kasizulu. Bare ka another saying. I'm breathing through the wound. Marakia breathe. Black Viper. Orinka tabet.
Mtakuli muna hampa ikele Sundowns mun. Hayi watsang umnati Sundowns makhotmani. Consider umnati asa Sundowns inonsa not just the player. Lidi supporter ya di nonsa man. ikela Sundowns utlwe mnate mthako le ba fetho like he was a mega threat as you previously mentioned during ba mo developile da Stellenbosch and he cannot stay there because I'm not like ba paisa Stellenbosch, they keep on selling players, he cannot stay there le na tlo re ke batla o dula mona. Stellenbosch is not that kind of team, so ha era Sundowns utlwe mnate the options tsa Sundowns the unlimited ho ngata, even if ho ka etsahala a dule benching he still has a chance ya gore a thole nyogo if ana le kelello e tjhatsi sharp. Tšhelete ya tlo collectang from Sundowns for mahala e tlo mthusa if kelello ya spana going forward. But in a sense of ha ba ka ba mdladisa o tlo thola experience e ntjha, o tlo understand gore there are things tse lo reng ona tlo di thola, but then team ya neng a e dlalla ona sa tlo di thola. Like o mention gore every season there's a guarantee gore medal e teng. O play sometimes other players the way ba dlalang ho ya ka gore mentality wa area e leng sometimes area ya o affecta le wena ha o thola area le reng ho dula ho le sharp le tswella pele whether le dlala draw or lose ho dula ho le sharp wa grow le wena, you begin to develop other skills tse le reng o no sa di possess. So now you wanna mthako la mpa ikele Sundowns o tlo bona mtho o tlo surprise because let us check into Crime Rangers a yetsa Crime Rangers una go re goal tse paya la season a ke a Stellenbosch. He keeps on scoring. Wa tshosa lo tshosa no ga thothomela mo leng because now he has unlimited supply ko Sundowns ho fetana le Stellenbosch. Now he's becoming a monster now. Amtshaba bona tsa swethu nentse eish lo mtshitalo maslala na itse tsoenza kanjani. So ke nana re Adams going to Sundowns I tlo mthusa ho lo makhotmane.
Mara he's still young man gore I lo compete so or I lo compete ko Sundowns man. Can't he go overseas? Can't he go elsewhere? Isn't this man taba ya rona that we've been speaking about ka di local players or ba philela o shwella mo aba ipila ba tsamaye ga ba tsamaya go mnate ko Sundowns jigi 3 years ifitile now you're 26.
Haya ka ntle kara o lo dlalla team e feng a re qaleda o lo dlalla team e feng yeah because team di league tse di a enta te ba o backlash anta ba o shapa ka di rules tse le go no sa di tsebe checka ho especially Premier League ba sele batho ba especially also bo Southern African regions o ba shebe ba o yetsa bo shoba you don't get to play o tlo bona ba botsa ntwe tse le go you never even expected. So him going book antle kara the chances di teng nka mo fa 30% chance of akadlala. It's not everyone aban lucky ulo dlala ka ntle kara. Look how many players went out there be ba khutla in less than 6 years. So ya kara ka ntle kara it's unlikely o tlo ba mnate. So him going to Sundowns is going to brighten up his career abe mnate because now all play le CAF you tlisetsa ntho tse sharp in your resume just in case someone somewhere in the next coming 2 or 3 seasons ao batla e tlo mtlisetsa resume CAF. So ha yo Sundowns anon emon what's ba ke dula ntlo le motho a neng a fivela Pirates, he ended up betraying Pirates ka lebaka la Sundowns. That's why ke reng Sundowns ya le nonza ka o fela lona o ya o yona wa nona motho ona jwale o phela mnate pap. So he must go to Sundowns and keep that.
Ay, o champila Sundowns. Akere contract ya Pirates iri once always.
No, like what's a why motho a jumpile a ilo Sundowns.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. How be mnate. O batla we emisa ka makhe. Makhe a flora. Ha o sa tseba lo o ye ka o so bona ntlo ai ka si wa nyewa. Ha re di sabab se makwena mhlobo Motsepe o tla re tswaka grand o fitla di sabab se da Motsepe re wena tsa mo checka ra ire nye 1 2 3 re tlo ba mnate.
Yeah.
Then when you find out ha o fitla Motsepe o checka dilo ntlo tsa o se di fetoga o so thola bo msebetsi lo gono sa ona hanyo ho so hla bo 4000 5000 wetsa o rula you don't come back home. So ava emthakwe Sundowns go mnate ba khotman unlimited potential emona o ngata ra the verities tsa tse thola ra di ngata o feta ntho tsa neng a di thola Stellenbosch. Pirates is not going to give you that, Chiefs is not going to give you that ka performance e Chiefs e dlalang they're not going to give you that. Pirates internal matata yona, they're still struggling, but mo kwalla ditsela. Sundowns is the only team to mo gayang everything.
Hey, okay, no, Black Viper. For time's sake, let me jump in. Tanki, Butaka. Guys, remember, it's the debate show. You're gonna jump in and give me your thoughts. Let me put this up. And then we're gonna move on to the next one. Just to get ready, guys, please, we're gonna speak about this topic now. Police going to either Chiefs or Pirates. Apparently, player wants to go to Chiefs. Mara Pirates is bringing the money. Anyway, I just want to jump in on the Adams one. Nah, it's very simple for me. He's 23. If you can't beat them, join them. It must be so hard for some of those Stellenbosch players. You watch Reina's going and playing in Africa and lighting up Africa. You're watching Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen has a trophy in his pocket already, has a medal in his pocket already. Van Beek is overseas. You know, you're watching every season about Bahamba. They're just leaving and leaving every day. And when you must stay. When people are going to go have fun everywhere else. So if you can't beat them, join them. 23 to, I think it's Onkabet's point there in the comments. He's old, guys. He's old. He's older in terms of overseas and doing all those things. Just look at one of the teams. Look at one of the teams and go play there. No, Manumekutu, my point is he's watching the guys do. Pirates is also playing in Africa and all of that stuff. But what I'm saying is he's watching those teams. And you know that more than likely Sundowns wins the league. You know that more than likely Champions League looks good. Even if that doesn't happen, more than likely you're registered in the team that's going to go play in the Club World Cup now, June. You might get a look in maybe. You know, you look at it, the guys that have gone to Pirates, they're going to go play Africa, bawina the trophy, Libona, and you must stay at Stellenbosch. For me, it just goes down to that Stellenbosch is showing you that we have no ambition to become such a huge team. We have no ambition. Imagine that team slaps Rinus Dupreez, Van Rooyen. I think there's talks about Bassadin leaving. Abo Kimang Van Beek are gone. Imagine what the Abo Mtetwa left a couple of years ago. Imagine what that team looks like. So if they're showing you that, guys, we are a selling team, Lil sell me to go to a team that's going to be serious. And worst case scenario, you might develop there. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next one. So remember, this is what we're talking about here. Yeah, Dupreez went to the wrong place, Madumekut. That's why I didn't mention Chiefs. He went to the wrong place, but yeah, Aziko. Okay, let me see who is here. Who has not spoken yet, so I can just get new voices in. Okay, guys, we're speaking about what is the best move for Police. According to the rumors, player wants Chiefs. According to the rumors, I am not going to say that I am stamping those rumors. According to the rumors, player wants Chiefs, but Chiefs doesn't want to match what Pirates are putting on the table. Velile Mtakaba, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, Mtakaba kunjani?
Ngimnandi man Mtakaba nayi player. Akazi ukuthi aye phefeni or aye lapha eOrlando. Uyibona njani le ndaba wena? I know you're a Pirates fan. Mara uyibona njani le ndaba?
Mtakaba, saphuma ku topic right wasifakela amadlondlwane nje la.
Isikhathi.
Amadlondlwane iyo lento esimele sikhulume ngayo le kodwa sizawuthini kodwa hayi issue indaba ileyana ye-football something leqeda ukukhuluma ngayo before. Ngiyaqala amfoka kaJayden. There's football something that's happening there mntaba eningayiboni ni. Ngiyakutshela mina ngokuchazela umlomo ongadethi imanga. There is a football something that's happening there, and all you PSL guys and the Soweto guys aniyiboni that's happening behind the scenes.
I'm a partner in other sports. Angifuni ukuzingena ngoba hey imali yalapha.
Ngoba ngoba uyazi ukuthi kunama-subsidiary nani.
Imali yalapha angifuni ukuyingena Velile.
That's why basusiwe eThekwini bathi ningasadlalela amagame wenu we-Confederation Cup wozani line of task maqeda sibanika play. Yeah.
Ufuna ukuthi mina ngilwe nabantu that have 9 zeros, 9-10 zeros kuba velile.
But strategic wena mntaka baba because yazi benzeni. Those football bayibonile baplay bathi yabona la. La competition
usayigena iyekele velile akunamali yokulula labantu. Igesi yami ngahamba namanje.
Okay, asiyeke but mina wasiyaseng ukuthi le transfers zokhuluma ngayo is not interesting because Polokwane City is not our competition. Whether we get our police or not, asibulali competition. Siyazidlela nje kuPolokwane hlala sigwazela ibhece nje kuyo. So Sundowns is doing a strategic business. Inasibhizi gijimisa into ezingekho. Bemele sigijimisa nathi aba strategic esazi bathole la.
Hey, velile apolice but apolice.
Apolice noma ngahamba ku Kaizer mana akunandaba. Mina
ngifuna ukubuza ngeplayer but hey mara yena siyekile leyo.
And Jayden Adams bafana player ne asifuna ukuzwa into.
Velile wabona ke bazoyokhipha lana.
Apolice. Ngiyaxolisa bengifuna ukukhuluma ngale edlulile topic
ngoba if ngiyavumela everyone uzoke topic
kodwa bathi hayi lena nginambono because bengifuna ukukhuluma ngale yana nje wangigcina isikhathi eside ngirequestile but ngizakhuluma ngezinye kusasa bangangena bafowethu bakhulume
okay yimara
beka police akeke isise ndawo angikutshela manje this not a hot potato
Tabeleng hey
papa yini bafowethu ngiyabonga papa yini
hey Tabeleng iyetaba apolice welcome
very little beef.
He wants me to put it. I don't want that beef, Chief. Do you understand who those people are? I don't even want to say the names for those they haven't caught on.
Oh, yeah, a police. Hey, my take is that a police will join Pirates. It's obvious. I'm not gonna be controversial or whatever, but every time Chiefs player goes to a player who before they join Chiefs by go media, they always don't lend that player. Even if they lend him, it's gonna be a lot of things. And Apolis now, I'm sure, is like, okay, AFCON is coming, and in order for me to be looked at, I will need to join a team that maybe will perform at the highest level. And it's consistent. As much as maybe we haven't been, but this season we are trying so hard in the league. But you're saying CAF, Nedbank, MTN, this is a team that's performing. And then you're looking at yourself, you're saying, hey guys, if I fight for the Nkota's place, I might actually be first choice Nkota. And I might actually play in that position. And hapo ito no so he mamiti Brian Nagel Mafia CEO ya na wadi berek o di tswiri chairman wa
kadile
o bitla daso o bitla da I'm a trophy I'm motorai that position is yours my guy and then he will side and considering AFCON December you're saying to yourself just a pick what if Pirates gets to the final year CAF.
Yeah.
And they get to the final year Nedbank. Or actually they win the Nedbank and they win the league. Yeah. What of course is no. Yourself, George.
But then
you have a kid. He's promising.
Okay.
You have a kid who's promising now.
Okay.
What do you say to your kid? As much as Olukos, what do you say to your kid? Do you join Pirates or do you join Kaizer Chiefs?
Ooh, it goes to the question that I want to ask you. I wanted to ask you that I hear what you're saying, but then can I phrase it as at Orlando Pirates, you possibly competing with Saleng, Gilberto's already learned a lesson about joining that team and thinking that he was going to overtake Abonkota. You already have Abomfukeng who are first choices. You already have Abotito if you want to come into the 10. There's so many different options that are already available at Orlando Pirates, right? So already there's a big competition. We're seeing Abokapinga, Bapampile, Abotladisa. We haven't even seen them play, for example, that much. There's a bunch of players that haven't gotten a chance at Pirates. And then I tell you that, okay, at Kaizer Chiefs, they brought in an experienced coach. There's a noise about saying he needs quality players, and if he gets those quality players, he's going to start cooking. Let's say cooking, quote unquote. There's a chance that you may be the first wave of the cooking. You're going to play every game. You're going to come in. Certain players get fit, other players get signed. It could be a good team that you could spearhead and have the celebrity, have the money, keep your place, maybe go bafana. Is that something that you have to weigh up? Or is it still straightforward?
I'm saying to as Apollos now. Yeah, as Apollos, you're probably saying to yourself, okay, they brought in Dudley. Dudley's standard has dropped. As much as the boy, we know he has the potential to be the best. They brought in Bradley, right? And then you ask yourself, okay, am I going to go to a machine that they're promising me that after 2 seasons, we're going to work out? As remember the interview, Kanyisa Mayo agent.
Yeah.
When she said that in order that Kanyisa first season has to work, second season has to prove himself. By that time, you look at the age and say your player is gone, right? Now, as Apollos, you say to yourself, Chiefs is building itself. Probably this season they won't even qualify for CAF, right? They might not win anything. So are you going to take the risk of saying, I'm going to join Kaizer Chiefs, whereby they are not winning anything? And there's players that have been signed in those Popotani. You have seen Popotani come in, go Chiefs, Vochiva Vairo, who were good players, go to team in Tabon. They joined, but they failed on the line. But you're looking at Dlamini, who didn't have that hype, Yabochiva Vairo, and what they're doing now. You look at Dobo Saleng, who didn't have that hype, Yabochiva Vairo, they joined. Look at Van Rooyen. You say, okay, Van Rooyen joined Squadza Pirates. People were questioning a lot and whatever. But look how Monyane. But he's giving Monyane that competition that's needed, a healthy competition. We brought in Makaula. Everyone was questioning Makaula. But what is he now? And he's 35. And then now like, when I play on the right, when I play on the right side, I'm usually effective. And what I've realized is Van Rooyen plays almost the same football that I play, and he's gonna give me the space on the white side. So what do I do? As a player, it might seem a difficult choice because of it's Chiefs. You saying Chiefs. Yes, we understand Chiefs is a big institution, but at the same time, you're like, oh, am I gonna join a club that's also big in that level and has a consistency? And if I join it, what if I'm the missing link on the right? So yeah.
What I wanted to ask you, but what I wanted to ask you was, in the positions that you've mentioned, I would argue that those guys with direct upgrades, like Makaula, nobody at Pirates does what Makaula does right now. So him joining Pirates, I think it was only a matter of time before he could cement his place. He even had to sit a little bit. You look at Van Rooyen, I'd argue that Van Rooyen is maybe an upgrade on your Munyanes, on your Shandus. You know, he's a bit of an upgrade there. Does Apollos want to join a team that is, and this is devil's advocate, does he want to join a team that is already running? They've won their trophies, they've already done that stuff, they've already got their starters, they've already got their players. Do you want to join a team that's already running like that? Is that a good career move for yourself?
As you were saying, a team that's running. Everyone who wanted to join Manchester United ended up joining City at some point. When a system is in place, you're saying to yourself, we were actually talking about the Sco Stadium during the Pirates game. As much as Nkota is okay, he's lacking, especially decision making, whether to come in, cut outside, go outside, come. He makes those decisions Arashid. Now imagine having a player like Apollos. When you're Apollos, obviously, and Nkota's contract, I don't think it will be as big as Apollos. You understand? So I think when you're Apollos and then the chairman fetches you got big money, he's actually guaranteeing you game time. You understand? We have seen Vieira fail, but also you like Vieira's position was Mufukeng's from the word go. You understand? And if they didn't think Mufokeng, as much as Mufokeng had that potential, we didn't think he would be as consistent as he is now. So you're saying, as much as Nkuta is, as much as Mufokeng is a consistent, Nkota hasn't been. Yes, he's been getting assists here and there, but when you look at his overall gameplay, he lacks. He lacks big time. And it's sometimes, that's what I'm saying, great goals and remember I said something like every player has a moment in them, underline. So sometimes you'll get Ben Afra, you'll get players like that who give you moments in games whereby you end up thinking, oh, they're good enough or they're the best players to fit in that situation. Maybe get competition. We don't know where we stand with Sterling. I don't want to start rumors, but I don't know where we stand with him as it stands. So the bringing up.
Let's give him a second. Guys, can you still hear me? Starkey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, we'll come back to Mtabele to finish his point. Starkey, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, sure, bro.
Kieta, what's best for Apolis? What's best for Apolis, man?
Yeah, man. Apolis for nane. I think nagra kila Pirates, ne? Kila Pirates, but for yaga point of view yaga, I prefer or I go Chiefs. One. With the flop hanan or level is too much the team it's around. We forget or we have our own national team and no respect or you have to do good. So if Apolis if I don't go Pirates, because it's obvious I guess we're moving on. Moving a favorite to go Pirates.
Yeah.
So ngoda mfano lo hoga chega coach o batla go mo grow le. Because o ga re go grow someone ke achievement. O proud lo ena gore na grow this sport. Wa what? So ra ba tlhoka go squateng ke prefer gore I go Chiefs. Go Chiefs le ena wa bona gore go Chiefs o na le position. Obvious.
Yeah.
So ya Pirates ke no for nna.
Mara then kopa go botsa then. While you're saying gore tshwantse go Chiefs ka bane position and le bafana. Ba bangata man, there's a lot of players go Chiefs that were bafana players or bafana ne ba shebile and they've fallen off. If you think about Bomsimango, o fitlile ale bafana player. If you think about Bomodi ne ba kena mo le mo ko bafana. Totally questions are starting to be asked kaena. Do you think that going to Kaizer Chiefs would be good for career high bafana or is there a big risk who is going to end up exactly like the other bafana players bako Kaizer Chiefs who are no longer bafana players? Lebo Mart ne ba lebo bafana play.
Remember Chiefs are going to premier go change the culture too much.
Okay.
But oga level this guy wa Chiefs na big good. And ga se culture e tlanka gore no o batla go change style of play sa mo South Africa. So that's why ke bona gore o suita go Chiefs. Because ba le ba wetse go Chiefs go tla o bamba ba berisa gore no nna ke favor mang o ga tla le nna wa bona. But this guy o ka mo lebella kana no wa mona gore o busy ka vila kasi wa mona gore o busy ka ena.
Yeah.
Wa bona ana ga mo felle pelo. Yeah. So ke la le believe ya gore go Chiefs a ka tlala.
Okay. Yeah.
Simple, bro.
Okay.
Ena le pressure tona.
Ere ki kenye Paristi. Welcome to the show. How are you? Paristi. Okay, I'm gonna jump in. Let me jump in while I see if Usti can come back in. This is a tough one. Usti, are you with me? This is a tough one. And let me tell you why it's a tough one. Going to Pirates would be the obvious choice. Going to Pirates is the obvious choice. They're the better team. They are playing better. They've got an identity. They are playing games of consequence. So that means that you're going to get experiences that maybe you're not going to get at Kaizer Chiefs. The issue for me is that there's two things. Number one, is there space enough for Pirates to allow Apolis to play? If you look at what Apolis plays, he plays almost a 10-ish wing. He's not a straight winger, coming inside. And when you come inside Pirates, you have to go face Botito, and you have to go face Bomfukeng, who's also coming inside, and you have to face Abo Dlamini and all of those guys. So you're setting yourself up to have a lot of competition in that team, even though they've got an identity straight. But the second most important thing is that it seems as though Coach Nebi is a developmental coach. He's a coach that enjoys development. He's a coach that enjoys these youngsters. And I think he's found a voice at Pirates where he is allowed the leeway to do so. So you'd also be competing on that side. On the other side, for Kaizer Chiefs, the negatives are straightforward. You have a bigger chance to fail at Kaizer Chiefs. They don't have a style of play right now. You would join a long line of really good players that have joined Kaizer Chiefs and dipped very hard in form. So you think about your Modis, your Potsanes, you think about all of those guys who have dipped in form when they joined the Kaizer Chiefs. You think about some of the guys that lost their national team status. You think about some people who are defenders of the season and arrived and just fell off a cliff. There's that risk. But then there's also the opportunity of joining a team where you will play every day. You are guaranteed a spot. They will drop anyone for you. But you're also joining a team that hopefully, we don't know, the management can get behind the coach, I guess, and you'd be one of the new star players that are coming in that are said to be the quality that the coach needs. And once Abo Sirino come back, and once those guys come back, and maybe Nebi gets his signings at some point, you would be an upgrade on a lot of those players. And you could possibly be one of the rebuilding pieces for Kaizer Chiefs. Maybe for a season, you rebuild, do well enough to try get into the Africa places, whether it be Confed, whether it be whatever. You're also joining a team that we said earlier when I put up Lebo Mothiba, don't necessarily focus on striker play. They have tons of box entries. They have tons of forward play. They have tons of chances created for players like Apolis. And maybe they're just waiting for somebody who can finish. Now, is Apolis that player? I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. But there is an upside to both. If I was to choose one, I would say, you know what, my guy, go with Pirates. Go with Pirates. The risk and what happens to you after the risk at Chiefs is much worse than at Pirates. So I think that's it. Anyway, let's get into the next topic. The next topic, guys, I'm gonna be a little bit quick now. So I'm gonna ask everybody to stick to 2 minutes. 2 minutes and I'll ask you a question. We're speaking about Sundowns, and there's been a debate that was brought in by coach Picasso yesterday, but it was a conversation we've been having for a while on the channel where we spoke about Sundowns. Do you stick with Shushan and Piano? Is that what's going to win you the Champions League? Or do you go more towards playing like a team from the north? And is it a worthwhile sacrifice for you to play like the guys who have won it over and over again after Lipampile for 8 years? Or is it a case of just refining that style of play that you've chosen and going forward? That is what I want to ask you guys today. Let me look for people who have not been able to come in, new voices. Then we'll see if I can't default to the other guys. Let me just get everybody in. Man. Andrew, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you? What's going on? Andrew, I don't want to disturb your bath, Chief. If you're in the bath, I don't know. I'm just hearing water. Please let me know if you're fine. But in the meantime, let me go to Maronza. Maronza. Maronza yangizwa? Maronza. Wena ungena ngenkathi zakho man. Wena ungena ngenkathi zakho.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, nge-14. Maronza, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Na indaba Maronza. I've put up a question here. There's two options. Do we win? Does Sundowns win Ngeshushine and Piano, or does Sundowns win playing North African football? Because 30 years yonke, we've got 2 stars. And if I'm not mistaken, Masla Lagula Oma 2 stars. It wasn't necessarily about beautiful football. Where do you sit on this one?
Oti, let me greet you, man. It's been a long time, and everybody who's listening, man. Oti, this is what is happening. Piano in Shushine is when you're comfortable, you know.
Okay.
You have to be too comfortable for you to do that. It's like when you play the weakest team.
Guys, please mute when you come in. Please mute when you come in.
You have to be too comfortable. When you play that type of football, which means you're too comfortable. Do you understand me? And in the Champions League, there's no beautiful for you. You can't be too comfortable. You can't be too comfortable, especially if it's a 2-leg game and all that, where they can score goal today and then after that go and defend and all that frustrates you. So the only thing that you need to do, what I've noticed is that score goals, defend. Simple.
Okay.
That's how they know they're beating us, because they're good in that. They're good in wasting time. They're good in defending. They're good in defending as a team. They're good as attacking as a team and all that. You know, they're good in the modern football, whereby they work as a team. Tactics, they're good and all those things. So you need to have all those aspects for you to win the Champions League. Because if you want to play beautiful football, you can play it and then they one mal gives net. Then they go and sit back and they do in the low block and all that. Then they win it. Simple as that. So I think Sundowns, you cannot be predicted when you play. I think that is the thing that Sundowns is losing now, because every team, if you can check every team that is playing against Sundowns, right, from Africa, they can watch Bafana games and then know what to do. They can watch the previous games of Sundowns, know what to do, you know. So the only thing that you need to do is to score goals and then you sit back. Simple, frustrate them. So I think you can't play your own game in the Champions League. The only thing you need to score and go and sit back and defend, and then I think that is the only way that the Arabs are beating us, especially the Egyptian, the Moroccans, the Algerians, and all those guys. They're beating us. They're beating us on that part of scoring goals and going back and defend. Simple as that.
So then, Maronza, can I ask you, Maronza, what do you say to the people that say, you know, teams in the north play this way because they're comfortable playing that way? It's their football. They know how to do that. And Tina, we'd always even come second best that way because we are copying them. What do you say to the people that say that? And they say that, you know, maybe we need to properly analyze Lepola letu so that we can make it as formidable when we go up there, similar to how they've done with their football.
You know, one thing that I've learned, right? about those guys from Arab. Let me say Arab countries.
Okay.
They look at the loophole most of the time. You know, of winning. You know, not tactics and all those things. They look for the loophole. How we're going to win. That is the only way they're doing it. It is not their style of play. If you can go and look at Egypt playing against Zamalek, right? They play different football.
Oh, Ahly.
Ahly, yes, playing against Zamalek, right? If you watch those games, sometimes they play different. When they play against other teams from Egypt, they're playing different.
Yeah,
they don't play the same thing. But when they go to Africa, remember they know they don't have strength like physique and all that, so they have to come up with tactics to beat the physique. Remember, if we go into playing against Nigerian team in Yimba, for example, right? They're too physical. What is the next thing that you need to do? Waste time. When you waste time, you frustrate them. So it is how they look at the Africans, and they say we don't have the strength of physicality and all that, but what can we do to be them as physical as they are? You understand me? So that's how they do it.
So then, Maronza,
So they
last
look at
thing, very quickly, Maronza, just for time's sake, the last thing I want to ask you, do you think that then maybe we are too friendly as a country? Maybe nathi man kumele sirole siwaste isikhathi sithenga abo ref, not ngemali but sithenga abo ref egroundini, diving, doing those things. Nani Orlando nifike nama laser.
You know what? Okay, the laser part. I think I saw somebody doing it at stadium, and I'm not in, like those things for me. They don't work. You understand me? It's like we're copying something which is too negative. But on the field of play, we need to do that.
Okay.
We need to do that. You know, winning that physique. If we go to Inyemba, we know they're physical. Let's play let's be different to them. We can't be too physical like as they are. We need to have a common plan. We'd say, okay, how do we going to beat them when they're too physical?
Mina Maronza, ngikubuza straight. Are we too friendly as a nation? Shouldn't we make them land Cape Town stadiums but drive Limpopo? Sithi hey ungene airport Cape Town. So dala Limpopo kusasa. No driver for 24 hours to get to the venue. Man fika lapha sonfaka in the West Hotel, no aircon, no what, that must get a ground in. So are we too friendly, Maronza?
We are, man. The treatment that the South Africans get, especially from the SADC side, when they go up there, is very terrible. You know, like same as Nigeria being drive, and then amasosha bayabona baround endaweni ye-1, you know, baround endaweni ye-1 badlula la badlula imaponya mara badayibo nayimall banibonisa imaponya kuphela. So I think sometimes we need to go to Polokwane when the sun is out there, play 12 o'clock, simple as that. You know, go take them, asibafake lentuzanini kaRamaphosa ensimini yaRamaphosa le famini yakhe lesibabekile. To be honest, we're too friendly, man. We're too friendly when it comes to them. When you go there, trust in me.
For time, Maron. For time, Maron, for time. Let me go to TMO. TMO for you. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Yourself, sir.
I'm good. TMO as in the rugby referees, Varia rugby or?
No, those initials are for my kids. It's Titus Motsepe and Osiro.
Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure. Welcome, brother. How are you?
I'm good on yourself, sir. Good evening to you too.
Tell me, here we are with the topic for today. Sundowns will win the Champions League playing Shushano Piano or playing like the North Africans. How do you feel about this? Should they sell out?
Before I answer your question, you still remember Sundowns when they won the Champions League 7 or 8 years back? What happened? First leg of the final. They took the game. The game was supposed to play in the evening, but tactically they took the game midday. So it had a impact on Al Ahly on the first leg. So I was listening to you when you were saying, are we too friendly? Because I was gonna mention that. We need to frustrate these people, because every time when our local teams are going up there in the North African countries to play, they frustrate them
Yeah.
outside the pitch, which means they deal with their mentality outside the pitch first.
Mm.
So basically, I think we don't need to adapt, but we have our own ways of buying time.
Mm.
So we are friendly as a country. I don't know why. And then coming to your answer of that, do they have to play Shushan piano, or more likely like African countries? This is the point. Whenever you are playing for CAF Champions League, you don't have to play Shushan and piano.
Okay.
You need to score and sit back, which means when they plan around going to these games, it's not in the PSL that they would play Shushan and piano. So for me, Sundowns, I don't think, because they are a bit rusty this season when it comes to
Okay.
these games.
Yeah.
Check their positions where they are compared to Orlando Pirates.
Mm.
So my point exactly is, we need to stop being soft, stop being this country that they say we are a rainbow nation when it comes to football. We need to show them that we can also play tactically frustrating games to those North African countries, because when Sundowns go up there, Babo, and I'm telling you, Baba, ziyasha.
But can I ask you? Can I ask you? Do we have to do those things, or can we refine our own football to the point where it is that dangerous in Africa? Because what do you say to the people that say that, that's how they do it? They've been doing it for, Al Ahly, I think Champions League, they're 50, 60, 70 years into that thing. They've gotten their way of playing all the way down. Is there a way for us to play with Ubuntu and be friendly, but still be sharp?
I don't think that. As I'm saying, as South Africans, we still have our own ways of dealing with these people. Look at them; they have lasers. They delay games. They take time in the pitch when there's injuries and stuff. We still have our own ways of dealing with these people when they are in our side, because we can still take our cultural football and do tactical mind games of delaying games in our own very own way. Because playing nice football in the Champions League, I'm telling you, it won't get you for that gold medal. Go and score 2 goals, you sit back. For example, at training, you don't train the very same routine that you train when you want to play Amazulu or Supersport. You know that you are going to Africa. You need to train how to defend for about 50 minutes when you have just got 2 goals. Those North African countries, that's what they do best. They score 1, 2 goals, sit back, frustrate you, deal with the coach on the bench, everything, even the supporters. They don't like frustrate only the players. They frustrate even people on the bench. They frustrate the fourth officials. They make drama on the day as if football won't end, or it's just something that is coming from, I don't know, from heaven and stuff. But they master that thing. So we need to learn some of those things when you go to North African countries.
Okay. For time's sake, I'm gonna jump in. Let me bring in Menpi. Menpi, welcome to the show. How are you? Menpi, how are you, Menpi?
I'm fine, you, my brother. Hey, network ya karakata.
Gauta man network yao. Where's the get so? If I'm kuta now, get look for a minute, bua, and then how fetsa get again.
Okay, man. OTT kina shushi le CAF Champions League. No example, I'll actually really win the CAF Champions League, but I'll be
Men pikare pet, men pikare. Carry too much network, man. Yeah, kata. So I think, unfortunately, please come back. Maybe on another day where maybe we can check network to see if it's okay. Let me just bring in one last person. Apologies, man. Hey, it was just a little bit bad there. And I just see a full stop. So I don't know how to address you. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, how are you? Can you hear me?
I'm good. What should I call you, sir?
You can call me Letabo.
Okay, no, Letabo. Welcome to the show. Letabo, where do you sit on this topic here?
I think Sundowns, firstly, don't have the profile to play the way you guys are proposing for them to play. You know, if you look at the players they have, especially in the front line, they don't have these big players. They don't have players who can sort of bully defenders and play this dirty football. Secondly, it's about improving the overall team. It's not just about playing dirty, it's about in pressure moments, can you still play the right football? Because you want to go to major competitions like CAF, World Cup, and so on and so forth, because Sundowns, Ahly, Esperance are the foundations of national teams, right?
Yeah.
So what you want is to improve the system of how players play, regardless of the competition, the opposition. You want to have a style of play. If you're going to switch identity here and there, how are players going to fit in? Because you're going to end up in a cheap situation whereby you're producing quality in your developments, but they can't, be implemented into the first team or integrated into the first team because you're constantly changing, you know? And then when you go to CAF games, you're not tactically flexible. If you look at the Bafana side, which finished third, they were very tactically flexible, as much as they were very defensive, but when it came time for them to play, they had the ability because that was the nature of the basis of that team, So I think it's about using the tactics in certain portions of the game in order to get that desired result, but not for that to be the basis of how you're going to approach a football game. It should be about, okay, we're playing Al-Ahly, we're 1-0 up. Do we take the game to them and try and get a second goal?
Yeah.
Or do we just hold on to this result and play a little bit dirty? And they did that in the AFL. If you look at the AFL, the final, remember there was a period where they were taking a corner and they used an old tactic whereby they switched players. Players would switch and say, you get a yellow card, then I will get a yellow card later, and so on and so forth. That's how perhaps Sundowns should go about it. But you can't change it because they don't have the profile. Sundowns don't have the profile to play any other way. And this thing is not about Ubuntu. And, we've tried the ball boys things. If you look at the Wydad game where Mvala conceded a goal, we absolutely dominated the game in every way. And Sundowns were just unlucky. Last season, the weather was against us. Let's be honest. If you were in the stadium, it was a night game. We played in the rain. The game stopped and started. The final home game against Esperance. So Sundowns has improved massively if you look at it. Over the past 4 years, we've finished quarterfinals twice, semi-finals twice. So as much as Sundowns right now, it may seem as though they are not playing as well. At some point, they're gonna hit form and start playing well. They're too good for them not to play well.
But I want to ask you,
they're going to play well.
Isn't this a bigger conversation about South African football? Because I'd argue that in the time that it's taken Mamelodi Sundowns since the last time they won to now, I think Al-Ahly has won 4, Wydad's got 2 more. The teams up north have got multiple different teams with stars. TP Mazembe have 5, whereas South Africa, 30 years on, we only have the 2 stars. And whether it was Mamelodi Sundowns, this incarnation of Mamelodi Sundowns, maybe the Pirates of old that was the backbone of the national team, as you were mentioning, in 95, whether it was Bo Supersport, Bo Pete Vesti, Bo Chiefs going into this, we've all failed. So is it as simple as we are saying in order to change it, or is it maybe also an attitude change? So that's the first question. What is it not something to do with South Africans as a whole? And to add on to that question, is it not something to do with maybe how we view the Champions League? That, you know, we all claim to care and we all claim to want it, but those guys up there live and breathe and die by the Champions League. Do those factors come into any of this?
Well, I think we have to also look at the history of the Champions League, not just how many South African teams can say they've. I think South Africa have qualified 9 times for the quarterfinal stages now. So that's a huge improvement in terms of just global. I mean, African football, not global football. To say that we've got a team which is consistently playing in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And then if you look at teams like Pirates and other, they are not consistent. So firstly, we have to give credit to Sundowns to say, no, you guys are able to qualify every year, right? And the qualification system in Egypt, if I'm not mistaken, you don't necessarily have to win the league in order to qualify, if I'm not mistaken. You need to finish, I think, at a halfway point of the league. You need to be in the top half or whatever, you know? So Ahly have been qualifying for the longest time, you know, qualifying for the group stages at least. And then what do? They haven't won, I think, the Champions League in about 6 or 7 years. They come and they say, we want Pitso. Why do we want Pitso? Because he's brought in a style which is attractive, a style which has won the Champions League before. There's a blueprint of this style has done it before. It's not like, you know, a PSG or something whereby this style has not. It has done it before. It's just about a team being unfortunate at times, really. And also not being prepared in a way. Because why do I say that? If you look at Ahly right now, the players who want them the last 2 Champions Leagues are not there anymore. You look at Percy's gone, Alou Dieng's gone, Mohamed Abdul Munaim is currently in France, made a move to France recently, starting to play. I think he's playing for Lille, if I'm not mistaken. The midfielder, who's the midfielder, the top guy, the Mali guy, is not there anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So I think there are a multitude of different factors here which are contributing to perhaps the failures of winning the Champions League. But there have been other gains in other areas which have been very good, you know? And I think qualifying for the World Cup, the Club World Cup, is a stamp to say, you guys are doing something right. Now it's just about switching our mentality to say, we must get over the line. That's all it is. It's not about style of play. We've dominated these teams consistently, winning. I mean, in 3 games you've qualified or something like that. So right now for us, it's just about changing the mentality and saying, no, we are going to win at all costs. This is what we want. You know, this is the only thing we want is the Champions League. As a Sundowns fan myself, if the team were to only win the Champions League, I would be over the moon because that's the number 1 goal of the team. You know, if you win the Champions League playing the right way, then I'm happy. And we'll all be happy as South African football fans, you know, and that's what we want. Yeah, thanks, man.
Okay, no, thank you very much, Litabo. Guys, it's your time. I'm hitting my limit now. I just want to jump in for a second. I want to say 2 things. Number 1, I think we are too friendly. You know, and I think it comes from the mentality of how we view the Champions League. Guys, let's be honest, we don't care about the Champions League like that as South Africans. Mamelodi Sundowns has spoken about how much they care about this thing and they want to go and win it. Let's be honest, guys. It's important, but it's not do or die. And I think sometimes that is what eludes us as South Africans when we go and talk, when we go and play in Africa, whether it be AFCON, whether it be Champions League and all of that stuff. We don't care. Half of us only care. Let's be honest. Let me poll the comments, guys. If it weren't for Sundowns playing in the Champions League all of these years, would you care about the Champions League? The people who say that they would care, can you please just in the comments now Hit me with a hand, the hand emoji. Put your hand up in the comments if you would care about the Champions League. As it is, if no South African teams had made it, both Sundowns and Pirates, would we watch it? You see, we care only because our teams are playing there. I am old enough to remember a Kaizer Chiefs that said, no, asi lapo. It's too expensive. I remember Bobby coming out and saying it's too expensive. Asi lapo, you would need a second sponsor to go play that tournament. And we got banned for 2 years. All of you here, you're only in it. Why? Because Pirates is there. The people are saying, as a Pirates fan, I care. I'm seeing a couple of people. It's not a culture here. You know, when it becomes a culture, that's where you start seeing the lasers. That's when you start seeing the stadiums that are red. That's when you start seeing players diving and trying to buy the ref. That's why. And I'm trying to be 100% honest here. That's when you care about something. Ask me, I'm a Chiefs fan. When we were winning trophies, and we were winning trophies so, and there were calls and whatever. Hey, do what needs to be done to get you over the line. So we're lacking that thing for me. And if not for Ntate Motsepe taking it seriously, I don't know if a lot of people would take it seriously, if I'm being 100% honest. Besides that, coming to the question that I have up here. Oh yeah, no, before I move on, numerated denominator. And also, can I be 100% honest? It's also not just about us. Let me be frank. It's also not just about South Africa. CAF as a whole seems to be a Northern African thing. It's mostly in French. The headquarters are in Morocco, Egypt. They host the awards up there. They do all of those things up there. They honor the players and the people from up there and all of that stuff most of the time. So it also does not filter down to South Africa, Southern Hemisphere, some of West and East Africa. It doesn't really filter down. So there's also that. I don't want to overlook that point and just say it's because of us. But it's the truth, right? Secondly, when it comes to this thing, I just feel like Sundowns just need to get over the line once. Even if it's ugly, even if it's ugly, even if it's not Sundowns football, even if it's not Shushan and Piano, just get over the line just one more time. And you'll start seeing something different. You know, sometimes you just have to get the taste of the win. And then once, I think what happens in South Africa is that those things erode over time. Pirates wins the Star. Bafana does the AFCON. 1998, we go to the World Cup. Things start happening. 2002, we still go to a World Cup. Then it just starts going down because we've eroded that winning feeling. That winning feeling is not there anymore. And what's important about the winning feeling is that it dictates what you're going to do as a club. I'm going to speak about my club. Arsenal. We have been in search of the winning thing that we've been trying to be so smart and intelligent and doing a million things and all of that stuff in search of that thing. But if we were to win a League One, so to win a Champions League one, that can inform now. You've got a new standard that you've set. And I think Sundowns has become a little bit complacent in terms of being one of the big boys in Africa. So they're complacent. Top 4 every year. You know, teams fear us when we go play. Teams play low block when they go play Sundowns. All of these things don't have to do with the winning. But up there, heads roll. When you don't seriously, heads roll. Ahly is with their third technical director in the last 6-7 years, if I'm not mistaken. because heads roll if you don't win, you know. So I think we need to develop some of that. But again, sorry, to go back to my question, I just feel like, look, Sundowns, do what needs to be done. Do what needs to be done. If it means that you need to go out and be ugly to go win this thing, be ugly to go win this thing. There's no honor in being beautiful. There's no honor. You know, when Ahly is called Club of the Decade, nobody says, but remember that day when the ref did this, or remember when you guys had lasers, or you guys, when they put it on paper 10 years from now, it looks different. So Sundowns, go out and do what needs to be done. Whether you need to mimic those guys, whether you need to go to, hey, Hambanyo win Alento. I will back Sundowns that way. I don't know about you guys. I will back Sundowns in going out and doing whatever needs to be done. It's going to sound weird. If lasers need to be brought to stadiums and mirrors and what, yay, winani, guys. Because you are being friendly in a competition that is unfriendly. In a competition that's unfriendly. And once you've won that second one, then you can go back to building styles of play and doing all. Same thing I said about Kaizer Chiefs. Go and do what needs to be done now. Get over the hump. Then you can worry about everything else that you need to worry about, the styles of play and all of that stuff. But anyway, guys, hey, my time is done. My time is done. Guys, even Pirates, guys, Maronza is the guy with Ram, Orlando, center line. Yeah, Maronza, if it means that you guys have to go out there and do those, do it. Niwine. Everything is later. The only fear would be that if you win it once that way, you might want to win it that way the whole time. But the point of it is that just get the taste and move on. But anyway, guys, for time's sake, I am over. Monday to Thursday, 7 p.m. We are here. Monday to Thursday, 7 p.m. We are here. The show is live. If you missed anything, like for example, we started this off with Lebo Mothiba, for example. We've spoken about a lot of things throughout this one. If you want to watch it back, it is available in full on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube, watch it. Hey, like, comment, share, subscribe. They will be there in full, as well as my own content. I dropped 3 videos. So I've dropped my good and bad review of Mamelodi Sundowns, good and bad, Kaizer Chiefs, good and bad Pirates in the last 2 days. So please go and support. YouTube is the best place to go view these things. And then if Chiefs, Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, or Banyana, Bafana are playing, we will be here watching live. That's the watch-alongs. So this weekend we're going to be live, for example. Again, very open place. Guys, these types of places are very important because there's not too many places where we can have these conversations the way that we have them. TV doesn't have these conversations, but also it's not a place where we can speak. It's always a former player, a coach, an administrator, a host from Supersport or whatever. Now, this is a place where we as fans can come and have these harder conversations about our football. We care about South African football. We care about African football. Europe, every now and then, we might delve that side, Mara. For the most part, that is where this place is focused on. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to those that send gifts. The gifts go a long way, guys. Thank you to everybody that tapped the screen for a like. Thank you to those that joined the panel. Thank you to those watching on YouTube, guys. I will see you then tomorrow at 7 p.m. We'll have another jam-packed show with different topics and deeper topics. Guys, it's been incredible. I'll see you. Those who didn't get in, apologies. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. We're a family here. Everybody jumps in. I know a lot of the people that jump in, and I'll know you too. But sometimes time is just a restrictor. So yeah, we'll get together. Guys, thank you so much. Bye, everyone.